Shalom from Jerusalem. This is Uriel, LCP, Independent News, Jerusalem, Israel. Sir, what do you think about the Iranian threat that they're posing to the nation of Israel and to the entire Middle East?
Well, can you hear me there? This kind of threat has been happening for centuries and centuries and centuries. It started with the Persians 3,000 years ago, and the last threat was Hitler and the extermination of the Jewish people from the face of this earth. And when he threatened to do that, when he started doing it in 1938, there was a big conference of all the United States and all the countries, the free countries, maybe 30 countries were invited to come to Evian to see what they could do about the problem of those refugees from Germany and Austria, who were Germans and Austrians by birth and by many, many generations. And they were dispossessed of their nationality, their passport. They became apatrides, which means they have no nation anymore, nothing. And they had to escape. They were thrown out of Germany. But at the conference of Evian, where 30 countries tried to find a solution to take these people into their own country, allow them to immigrate, it was a complete flop, because no one was able to immigrate. And this is when the final solution by Hitler started. And it ended up with the murder of 6 million Jews, of which 2 million children. And these 2 million children represented the future of Israel, the future of the Jewish people. And they were exterminated. As it was not going fast enough to kill them by shooting them, they invented the gas chambers. And as they had to get rid of the corpse, they invented the ovens where they were burned and cremated. Now we have, at this moment in time, Ahmadinejad, who is considered to be a madman, to speak nonsense, because they don't really need the atomic energy because they have so much gas and so much oil. But he wants it, and he claimed already since 3 years that he is going to exterminate all the Jewish people, especially Israel. And this threat cannot be considered lightly, because we did the same mistake in 1938 when we did not consider Hitler's threats. And we said, oh, he's not going to do that. So it has to be taken very, very seriously.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think that President Barack Hussein Obama, the United States president, has done enough to stop Tehran?
Well, he and the United Nations have imposed sanctions on Iran. These sanctions have been going on for 2 years, and they haven't succeeded in stopping it. Why? Because there were certain countries who had interest in continuing doing business with Iran, and this meant that the sanctions were not allowed, did not work out to the moment. So we are at the moment where the agency for the
Atomic Energy Commission?
Atomic Energy has submitted a report last week saying that Iran has doubled the number of the production of uranium, enriched uranium, which means the threat is being very, very seriously considered.
Now, one final question. I don't mean to cut you off. Do you think that the Israeli government, with or without the U.S., should go out and take these nuclear sites once and for all out?
No. No, because it would be a threat to humanity. And we know what it means to be exterminated. So we do not want to exterminate anybody. It has to be done in a surgical way, and I don't think Israel or any country in the world can do it surgically by removing the regime that is threatening the lives of Israelis and the country.
But the Iranian people came out and they demonstrated for many months, and they wanted a change in Tehran. And yet what Ahmadinejad did and his thugs in Tehran was to quench him and kill many Iranian good people who basically wanted change. So there has to be a change made in Tehran within this regime.
They have already gone to the polls. We've had elections in Iran, and the elections were manipulated to elect again Mr. Ahmadinejad. So if we have to rely on a democratic vote in order to stop the threat to Israel, I don't think we have the time, because we would need to spend the next quarter of a century to educate people of what is democracy.
This is Uriel, LCP, Independent News, Jerusalem, Israel. Shalom.